boys and girls, and everything else in between. And that does include, I don't know, ancient, all-powerful spider creatures, and rhinoceros space police, and homicidal robo-Santas. This is the SmackDown Rundown. What happened on SmackDown? Travis Colt. By the way, I'm Kevin Hawk.
Look at my name. Wasn't here.
My name.
Wow. All right. We had Alberto Del Rio defeat Ryback. We had Titus O'Neil defeat Tyler Breeze. We had the Lucha Dragons defeat the New Day. We had Becky Lynch defeat Brie Bella. And then we had Dolph Ziggler defeat Kevin Owens in our main event.
Hey.
So yeah, we'll just run through a lot of this. There was some clumsy matches, some not necessary matches.
This SmackDown seemed really phoned in, if you ask me.
Like, I feel like they just kind of threw it together, like, just before they did it. So, we open up with Roman Reigns talking about how cool it is to be champion, and Sheamus coming out.
Winning it on his daughter's birthday.
Yeah. Sheamus coming out saying, well, don't get too, used to it because I do have a rematch coming up and blah, blah, blah. Roman's like, well, we can do it whenever you want. And Sheamus is like, that's cool, but the authority told me to kick you out of the building. And Roman's like, okay, well, make me leave. And so he sent down security that included TJ Marconi and 3.0. So, and they got
it was really, it felt good somewhat, and then I felt bad that we had to watch Scott Parker and Shane Matthews get beat up by Roman Reigns.
Yeah, we were excited to see him though.
Yeah.
That was one of the highlights of this SmackDown.
That might have been my favorite part, actually. Seeing independent wrestling stars that I've mentioned repeatedly on the Indie News.
Yeah, and a favorite tag team of ours. But yeah, they run down, they get their asses kicked by Roman Reigns, and we see no more of Roman Reigns for the rest of the night.
Yep.
We do see Sheamus one more time, and that'll be in our first match where Del Rio went against Ryback. Very clumsy. These guys don't have a lot of chemistry, and it showed. Towards the end of the match, it was good.
Del Rio fucking with a beautiful German suplex.
Yeah, ducking the meat hook clothesline and then hitting a German suplex was fantastic.
Like, I can't recall ever seeing Del Rio hit a German suplex before.
I think he might have done it before, but it's never been that good.
He's probably done it before, but yeah, this one like stood out like such good form because he had a really nice bridge on it too.
Yeah. Ryback kicks out at 2. Ryback starts to get the advantage back in, but then the League of Nations theme plays. Sheamus, Rusev, and Barrett run down to ringside.
Hey, Barrett showed up.
Yeah, that distracts Ryback enough to where Del Rio kicks him in the back of the leg, turns him around, gets the cross arm breaker, and makes Ryback tap out. And then we have a post-match beatdown where all 4 members of the League of Nations beat down Ryback. We end up getting Rusev, putting him in the Accolade, and Del Rio decides to show off the United States Championship by putting it between Rusev's chest and Ryback's head. So yeah, it was good to see the League of Nations do something together.
They should have done Rusev doing the Accolade to Ryback using the belt.
That would have been fucked up, but brilliant. All right, then we had a really weird backstage segment with Tyler Breeze and Summer Rae talking about how Tyler Breeze is going to defeat Titus O'Neil.
No, say it right.
Oh, Titus O'Neil?
Yeah.
O'Neil. All right. That was hard to say.
Titus O'Neil.
O'Neil, yeah. Saying that after he beats him, he's going to need to use his millions of dollars for reconstructive surgery. All the while, the curtains in the back have now produced a Goldust head.
Oh, yeah.
And Goldust is just staring, decides to walk in, freaks them both out, and then gets sprayed with hairspray, and then does his ooh ooh, and then walks out the room. Ooh, what? The fuck?
The only thing I took away from this is that I find it ridiculous that Tyler Breeze's pet name for Summer Rae is Sum Sum.
Well, then we had Titus O'Neil versus Tyler Breeze, where Goldust fucked Tyler Breeze over.
Yeah. What's up, Goldust?
He wandered down, decided to sit next to Summer Rae in the VIP lounge.
Yeah.
Drinking the drinks, eating the grapes, sort of playing with the selfie stick. And once he started taking pictures, that's what got Tyler's attention, and Tyler was turned around.
It's like Peter Parker has spider sense.
He has selfie sense?
Tyler Breeze has selfie sense, so when somebody else touches his phone...
Or the selfie stick that's attached to it?
Yeah, the phone or anything touching the phone, it freaks him out.
Yeah. So he turns around, he's yelling at Goldust. That allows Titus to hit Clash of the Titans once Tyler turns back around. And we get Goldust taking selfies with a downed Tyler Breeze. So apparently we're starting a Goldust-Tyler Breeze feud.
I'm not sure how I feel about this. Other than, I think it'll produce good matches.
Yeah.
And it's really neat because, like, you had on a couple different occasions where veteran wrestlers went down to NXT, like, last year.
Yes.
Or, people with a lot of experience would go down to NXT. Titus O'Neil did it. Rhino.
Tyson Kidd.
But really what you never saw is like a babyface veteran show up and go after one of the younger
Yeah, there's usually always a
talents. Yeah, and it's usually a heel, usually going after like Neville or Sami Zayn.
Yeah.
So this is kind of cool watching somebody who's an established veteran in the ring, babyface wise, going against Tyler Breeze.
Yeah, and I do like that we're getting. Goldust has always been strange, and he hasn't really done anything strange in a long time. So it's nice to see him kind of going back to
everything he does is strange.
Yeah, but he hasn't really hit Goldust strange in a while. So now
you can't get Goldust strange anymore. That's not allowed.
Well, he's hitting more of a Goldust stride than he has in years. I'm not too keen on him doing the ooh thing again, but oh well. I'll take it.
That's as close as he can get to old Goldust anymore.
Yeah.
He's getting the middle Goldust.
I liked watching him hang. Like, Summer didn't even try to move. She just sat there with Goldust for half the match. Just.
Why? Why not?
What's she gonna do?
Well, she had to pose for those pictures that King is photobombing him.
That'll probably be on Tyler Breeze's Twitter.
I hope so.
At Gorgeous with 4 M's.
4.
Or no, 3 M's.
I don't know.
Gorgeous. Something. We
had
had the Wyatts talking about their back-to-back victories over Team ECW.
Yeah.
Saying that when you come face-to-face with fear, extreme just isn't enough. I'm wondering if this is going to continue this particular storyline, or are the Wyatts moving on to something different?
It's really open-ended, I think.
Yeah, because Bray Wyatt, neither of them actually really said anything specifically towards ECW, so I wonder if they're done with the ECW thing.
Yeah, it's very, like, the only thing that I could say construed towards the ECW guys are extreme isn't enough.
Yeah.
Which to me is either we're done or you guys are bitches, come up with something new.
What else are they going to come up with? Oh, God. This could get scary.
Yeah, so, I mean, you never
really
know.
Intriguing.
I think it's done, personally.
Yeah.
Because moving into the Rumble, I think we probably won't see the Wyatts engage in another feud until after the Rumble is over. Because I think it's just, oh, hey, let's wait and, we're going to let people know, hey, the Wyatts, 3 or 4 guys that we're going to use in the Rumble.
Yeah. I'm wondering.
In just looking forward now into the Rumble, so I'm realizing that there's a lot of star power missing out of this year's Royal Rumble.
How so?
Cena, Orton,
Cena might be back for it though.
They could. They're trying to get him back, but
because he was only supposed to be gone for about a month.
Yeah. But he still hasn't been around yet.
Yeah.
Orton's injured.
Yeah.
Tyson Kidd, Cesaro, injured. Rollins injured. Daniel Bryan on the shelf.
Yeah. More room for returns.
Yeah. So there's gonna be something a little lacking in the Rumble this year, I think, as far as oomph is concerned. And the Wyatt family. I mean, the Wyatt family could really go into filling that void.
Yeah, I think, well, with the fact that you have the Wyatt family, you have the New Day, you have the League of Nations, you're going to have some stable wars, I think, this year in the Rumble.
I'm going to say that for sure you will not see all 4 members of both of those stables in the Rumble.
Probably not. No, I agree there.
At most 3 of each.
Yeah, which, that works for me. All right, so we had the Lucha Dragons take on the New Day in a tag team match. This was one of the 2 best matches on the card.
And again, it's good to see Xavier Woods get to be in the match.
Yeah, Big E was playing the manager role this time. Gave a list of names.
Still can't play the trombone.
No, well, the mouthpiece was broken. He needed
That's an excuse.
Hey.
Xavier Woods said at TLC that Big E is the gong player of the 3 of them.
Well, they didn't have a gong out there. At least he tried.
Yeah.
He also gave a list of names for Booker to call them, which were
the Swamis of Swivel,
the Deacons of Dance,
the Deacons of Dance, the Janitors of Joy.
I don't remember any other ones.
I'm trying to remember some of them.
But we had, this match, fantastic, great chemistry. The New Day firmly in control, and they end up tossing Sin Cara out of the ring and just beating the hell out of Kalisto in the middle of the ring. And then they all decide to showboat. And we have Kofi up on the second rope. We have Xavier Woods out on the apron. And we have Big E out in front of Xavier Woods.
This part was cool.
Now Sin Cara gets back in the ring and does a somersault plancha over the top rope, hitting a cutter on Xavier Woods and landing on Big E at the same time. And then Kofi's going, "What happened?" And when he does that, Kalisto does a flying sunset flip and pins Kofi Kingston for the win. Fantastic finish. The tag team champions have been pinned.
And that makes the Lucha Dragons the #1 contenders on the Super SmackDown Live on the USA Network.
Yes.
The Lucha Dragons get a championship match against the New Day.
Yeah, so we'll be having our SmackDown rundown next week will be we'll be doing it Tuesday night. It'll be uploaded next Wednesday.
Yeah.
That's weird. But yeah, great match. We also had Becky Lynch taking on Brie Bella. Becky and Brie had no one in their corner heading into this match.
Didn't last long.
We did have Team Bad at ringside. They were sitting front row with boo and yay signs. They didn't really get involved. They just yelled a lot. But yeah, so about halfway into the match, Charlotte makes her way down to ringside
with music.
Yeah, distracting everyone. Like, why? Okay. So champ's here. Brie ends up going off the ropes and gets tripped up by Charlotte when the ref isn't watching.
This time Becky sees it. It's right in front of Becky's eyes.
And this really bugs her. Like, she's like, she wants to say something, but she also wants to win the match. So, begrudgingly, she does take advantage. She puts a disarmer on and makes Brie tap out.
She was none too happy backstage, though.
No, they had a conversation, and Charlotte was like, "Hey, yeah, you won," and Becky's like, "Yeah, but see, the reason we won on Raw was because your dad got involved, and then the only reason I won tonight was because you got involved." And then Charlotte dropped the line of, "Well, I just wanted to make sure you didn't lose." And Becky took that as, "Oh, you didn't think I could win on my own." So now there's extra tension between these two.
A little animosity.
I like the way this story is building. I think that this is a great build to a match between these two.
I was very skeptical until tonight.
Now this really solidifies it, and it's just adding to it. And I'm almost positive we're seeing our Divas title match at the Royal Rumble. It's gonna be these two. All right, so now we're gonna go. We got a couple little backstage interviews that set up our main event match. Our main event is Dolph Ziggler taking on Kevin Owens. This is stemming from Owens ruining the Intercontinental title.
Yeah.
Well, it wasn't the Intercontinental Championship. It was Dean Ambrose taking on Ziggler on Raw, and so Ziggler's looking for a little bit of retribution on Kevin Owens.
Because he got his house powerbombed.
We had Dean Ambrose talk
through the Dean Ambrose.
We had Dean Ambrose talking about being a fighting champion, and Owens can try to make me go crazy all he wants, but he's gonna have to try real hard to do that. And Dean Ambrose just doesn't care. And Ziggler...
I'm going with King on this one. It's got to be damn near impossible to do something that's already done.
That's true. You can't make crazy go crazy. It just doesn't work that way. We had Ziggler have a really great promo talking about how he's always the background guy in matches, and he can't really reach that level that he wants to reach, but he dares Owens to try and keep up with him and top him in the match tonight. And Owens actually takes that as a challenge, because when we see JoJo interview Kevin Owens says, well, I heard what Ziggler said, but remember what I said about Dean Ambrose? I'm not going to stop until he's in an institution. Well, tonight, I'm not going to stop until Dolph Ziggler goes to the hospital. So, he's looking to just completely destroy Dolph Ziggler. And these two had a fantastic main event match. Is this a match we've seen before?
Ziggler Owens?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I feel like maybe it was just, I don't know, maybe it was just the way they did this match. This match just felt so different though. I don't know. There was a lot more to this match. I loved the exchanges they had, especially the one where Owens went for the pop-up powerbomb 3 times and couldn't hit it, and Ziggler ended up winding up with a super kick.
Sweet music.
Thank you. Thanks, Booker. No, it just seemed like there was an extra level in this match, and I really appreciated it.
Well, I think it comes from the slight change in the demeanor of Kevin Owens.
Oh, he's not cocky, he's aggressive.
Yeah. Which, I mean, generally he's aggressive, just because that's the Kevin Owens nature. But this is, Kevin Owens said, hey, I've got a goal. I'm putting Dolph Ziggler in a hospital.
Yeah.
Because, I mean, they had a whole setup. Like, I don't know, third of the way into the match, Kevin Owens hits a gnarly DDT.
Yeah, off the second rope.
And so it becomes okay, that's the focal point. That's where I'm going to try and injure Dolph Ziggler.
All attention went on the neck at that point.
And then things wound up on the outside. And
Owens got overly aggressive.
Very aggressive. Started hitting. He had Dolph Ziggler pressed up against the commentator's table and was just delivering forearm blows to the back of his neck.
Yeah, and he had torn the cover off the top of the table. He ended up chucking Ziggler over the table onto the chairs. And at this point, the ref just gives up because Owens is not listening. So Owens loses by disqualification due to excessive violence, not adhering to the referee's ruling.
It's one of these things, because I know somebody's going to complain about this, because people do it all the time. People get violent all the time in matches, and they go on the outside and they hit each other on the commentator's table and into the steps and all of this stuff. But you have to think is, the main part of the referee's job is to ensure superstar safety.
Yes.
That's like their number one priority among all things. And yes, wrestlers do often throw each other into the steps, into the table, hitting each other on the apron, and whatnot. But the fact is here, Dolph Ziggler is defenseless. He's not resisting anything that's happening. He's completely...
He's unable to fight back.
Yeah. So it's the ref had to stop the match or risk Dolph Ziggler getting permanently injured.
Yeah.
Kick it.
But Owens said it. He wasn't going to stop until Ziggler went to the hospital. So he ends up chucking him into the stairs, and the top part pops off. He gets the brilliant idea, okay, I'm going to powerbomb him onto this bottom set of stairs. He goes to set up for that, but Dean Ambrose runs down to the ring. Owens meets him in the ring. They fight a little bit. Dean Ambrose blocks a pop-up powerbomb, goes for Dirty Deeds, but Kevin Owens backs out and starts walking away. And at which point, he's heading up the ramp at the same time the referees are helping Ziggler. And so, just to add insult to injury, Kevin Owens throws a blindside super kick and hits Ziggler in the head. Kevin Owens backs away. Dean Ambrose goes out and he tries to see if Ziggler's okay. And then Ziggler throws a super kick right in Dean's face. And you know, at first you're thinking, oh, he thought it was Kevin Owens, but then you see Ziggler looking at Ambrose like, yeah, I just did that. Like, he gives no fucks that he just super kicked Dean Ambrose.
See, I didn't see an I just did that look. Because to me, at this point, it's Dolph who was hardly able to walk to the back on his own. Just, to me, collapsed against the barricade.
Well, it wasn't like he wasn't like cocky about it. It wasn't like he planned it or anything. It was just he looked at Dean Ambrose like, I did that. Like he didn't feel sorry for it. There wasn't like there wasn't worry on his face.
I think he was too exhausted to worry.
He was so tired he couldn't worry.
Yeah, well, Kevin Owens just tried to injure him, so
he
wasn't in very good shape.
No. An interesting turn in this
Yeah,
storyline.
I'm curious what way they're going to go with it.
Yeah. We do have the Slammies coming up this Monday on Raw.
The Slimies?
Huh?
I don't call them the Slimies.
Why the Slammies?
I don't know, because award shows on wrestling are gross.
It's true. I don't know. I don't know how well this Raw is going to go, because the Slammies are usually the focal point, and so all the storylines just kind of go by the wayside, which is unfortunate.
Yeah, what I like about the Slammies, though, is this will give us an opportunity to see some people who are on the shelf, because a lot of times an injured wrestler can show up and accept a Slammy or present an award.
Yeah, we know that Cesaro and Kid are up for Tag Team of the Year.
You know, and it doesn't involve them actually doing anything physical,
Yeah.
so they can come out. You know, Rollins could show up.
Daniel Bryan.
I'm keep my fingers crossed. Rollins gets Superstar of the Year.
I wouldn't be surprised. I mean,
I would be because he's not popular, but
but he did have a stellar year, so
he did. I'm voting for Rollins.
Yeah, I mean, yeah. If you haven't voted, you can vote via Twitter, Instagram, WWE.com, Facebook, all sorts of places.
Facebook.
But yeah, SmackDown was eh. Two really good matches, and then a lot of meh. Not a very good way to cap off what's been a pretty good week for WWE.
Yeah.
But hey, you can't win them all. So let's move on to the Slammies. Thanks for watching.
Like, favorite, subscribe.
Click all those links.
A lot of ones we just had already, like Facebook and Instagram and
Twitter and Tumblr.
We got that too, and Reddit and emails.
Podcast, which is acting up. My internet's weird, so sorry for the late upload on the NXT review, and sorry that podcast isn't up yet, but technology sucks.
Yeah.
But it's gonna be
technology.
Check out that playlist, because we got TLC review, we got Raw review, we got NXT review, you got the SmackDown rundown, and coming up next is going to be some indie news, where we'll have results from Ring of Honor's Final Battle.
And
finally,
AIW's keep the change, you filthy animal.
Yeah. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you at whatever video you decide to watch next. Fuck Sheamus.
I just made him say that. Ventriloquism.
What happened?